Yo, what up, guys, girls, moms, and dads? It is Hectic coming at you with a Ghost Recon tutorial today. And you may be wondering, okay, why is this dude doing a Ghost Recon tutorial? The game's been out forever. Why does anybody care? And the answer to that is that I actually get bugged a lot to do YouTube videos and to put out more stuff. And I've done other tutorials before, but I've never done one that's like short, concise, to the point, gets you to where you need to be and off on your day. So, with that said, I'm going to be dropping some knowledge. Hopefully, this will help the people that call everyone else a hacker. This will show you all the moves that quote unquote hackers do. And before we go into the firing range, the reason that you should listen to me, right? My credentials. I mean, that's really all it is. My credentials. You can see my stats. Very simple. You can throw my KD out the window. What I focus on when I look at my stats is the total time played and the kills. So it's like towards the bottom and then also at the top. I had about 100,000 kills at about the 27, 26 day mark. Since then, I've just kind of been messing around. So, with that said, you can see I get a lot of kills a game. That's my job on my squad. I get a lot of kills. My job on every team I've ever been on is to drop like 30 to 60 kills every game. And I average about 40 to 50, right? In squad matches, right? So that's a lot of kills. That's my job. That's what I do. Sometimes I do a little worse. Sometimes I do a little better. It really all depends. So, with that said, if you want to be a better killer, if you want to rack up more kills, or if you want to know how to deal with, the really good killers, then this will be for you. Not all, there's a lot of great players out there that don't do any of these moves. However, they could still help you. Remember, at the end of the day, confidence gets you to where you need to be, not the mechanics themselves. So, we're going to go into the firing range, and I'm going to bring you guys everything that I know to you. If you're, decent player, then you'll be able to pick up on this quickly. If you're not so good, then that's okay, because I'm going to be putting out more material for you to get better along the road. Now, everybody knows, you can blind fire, you can L trigger, you can scope in. Very simple stuff. You can shoulder swap. Shoulder swapping helps because you can look around corners. Very simple. You can roll on people and kill them. Also very simple stuff. I'm going to be going into more advanced techniques, which is why people get called hackers. And maybe you can learn them too, and then maybe I'll see you in a game and you'll just dominate me. Probably not, because if you do it once, then I'm going to have to learn from what you're doing, and then I'll have to try and become better than you. That's, my competitive nature. But, we'll see, man. We'll see. You practice, you get better than me, then we can go toe to toe. I'll learn from you. We'll leapfrog off of each other, and that's why I even do these videos. That's besides the point, though. The first move I'm going to show you is arguably the most important move out of anything that I know. Very simply put, all you got to do is press B and A, and you slide into cover. Very simple stuff. Most players know how to do it. However, what makes this move so important is that most players, when they roll, they go like this, and then they stand up, and they run, or they roll, and then they just press A to hit into cover, and it's just so slow. So most of the time when people get a kill, or they roll and they get a kill, they end up dying. So what you can do is you can actually cancel out a roll. You can, get a kill, and then press B and A, and you're in cover. Now, what that is in slow motion is you get on your knees and then you press A. Very simple, very easy to do, and it's, it can really save you in a lot of situations. So remember, you can roll, you can cancel out the roll, and that looks really funky. But, again, it's very, very, very helpful. The second move I'm going to show you, some people like to call this a speed burst. I don't know what people call it, but regardless, it is still very important. This gives you a little burst of speed around corners. You can see how helpful that is. I actually just messed it up, but you can see. Very important, very helpful, because it makes you a harder target. If there was a guy behind this wall, then all I could do, this gives me like a 20% chance to survive and then turn around and kill him, whereas before I had 0 chance to kill him. So this gives you just that little extra nudge to get another kill, which is always helpful. One kill can determine the whole game. So, again, you can, speed burst. You can hit the wall like this. Very simple stuff. Now, where it gets a little crazy is the fact that with the combination of this move where you can hit cover, you can combine all of these moves together. And you can, come up with all sorts of crazy combinations. But I can roll and then cancel it out and then turn it into a speed burst. I actually didn't even do it right there, but you get what I'm saying. So I can roll, cancel it out, and turn it into a speed burst. I mean, you see how crazy that looks, right? If you think it's a glitch, that's fine, but the crazy thing is that you can do it on your controller. So, you know what, if you can do it and I can do it, then, it's something that creates a bigger skill gap. Regardless, it's incredibly cool. I love doing it, And, it really tricks out the other enemy. I mean, imagine doing this on overpass with snipers looking at you. I mean, it would be a wrap, to say the least. So these are the type of moves that I'm showing you. This is really helpful stuff if you apply it correctly. There's other stuff you can do. You can be prone, you can turn it into a speed burst. Go like this, boom, and you're off and running. So I mean, you can drop shot somebody, kill them, and then, you're off and running again. Very helpful stuff. Picks up the pace of the game, allows you to get to other enemies much quicker than normal, allows you to just devise different plans to kill people, which is, always really fun on this game. So, with that said, the hardest move out of any other move that I know is the cover swap, right? You may be saying, okay, well, the cover swap's really easy, Hector. Come on, like, I'm not a noob. Come on. Everyone knows how to cover swap, right? And I agree. Most people do know how to cover swap. But what people don't know is that you can actually turn your camera while you're cover swapping, which can be incredibly helpful. So my character is running one way and his camera is looking another. You can actually step that up a notch and you can be looking at someone, immediately stop, and then kill them. Immediately. Which is why people think that aimbots exist on this game, when in reality, they don't. Very simple. You can get kills instantly, and this is incredibly effective if you run behind somebody in cover. So, it's something that just helps. Like, it's just so helpful. So helpful. So, you can even combine all of these moves together if you want to. I can't even do them in this right now because the firing range is kind of weird for cover. But, I mean, if you really wanted to get fancy, you could cover swap, turn it into a, cancel out a roll, speed burst, all sorts of crazy stuff. But, again, this is probably the hardest move to do. Now, you may be sitting here wondering, okay, and you may even be looking at your controller. If you don't have your controller, I advise you to pick it up right now, pause the video, and then unpause it. Anyway, with your controller in hand, you may be looking at, okay, well, he's pushing the A button and using the joystick at the same time. What the fuck is he doing? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I hold my controller differently to most people. Some people know what I'm talking about, but the way I hold my controller is I put my index finger on the A button, your pointer finger, put it on the A button, put your thumb on the joystick, and put your trigger finger or your middle finger on the trigger. That will allow you to hold the A button and move your camera at the same time. This helps in Halo, this helps in Call of Duty because you can jump without, letting go of the joystick. So, again, incredibly helpful. It's the way I hold my controller. The reason this is such a hard move for people is because it feels so unnatural, but I guarantee you this will step up your game on all fronts in any game you ever play if you master this move. And again, this is how I get like 90% of my kills anyway. So, guys, that's pretty much been it. That's everything that you need to know on my end. That is all the craziness that I do / a few other players do. Now, one thing to keep in mind. These moves will not make a shitty player into a god. These will make a shitty player a little less shitty. This will make a good player a little bit better. What makes a shitty player into a godlike player is confidence. Confidence, in my book, precedes skill. It's like what Muhammad Ali said, I said I was the best before I knew I was. That's what I, came into this game with that mantra in mind, and, I don't know if I'm the best, but I do know that I, fulfill my job on my team. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If you liked it, make sure to like it, make sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm always in the comments. I'll be, checking it out, talking to you guys. Follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff. Anyway, this has been a Ghost Recon tutorial. This is Hectic. Peace out.